is Sherry again. Welcome to Self-Learning Center's courses at Foreign University. So, it's our second day of camping in British Columbia, the province. We drove yesterday for about 3.5 hours from Calgary, Alberta to Kimberley, British Columbia. And so at the campsite where we stayed at, we actually talked to the people who are working at the campsite, and so they told us there is a dirt road, sort of a back way of going into the lake or nearby nature area. So here I am. By the way, I'm actually not supposed to do this very often, but oh, I think I just dropped my sunglasses. And it's Sherry again. So, just to finish up what was I trying to record earlier. We're still in Kimberley, British Columbia, at the open road, or I should say, sorry, the dirt road that gets us to a nature spot. And right now, as I said, we've been lucky enough to be able to rent a car that actually has a roof on top of the car, which is part of the reason why I'm able to film it this way. There's no police nearby anyways, and the weather is lovely for me to be able to do this for a little bit. So this is, as you can see, there's a really big difference between the landscape in Alberta and versus in British Columbia. Alberta, it's a land with a lot of prairies, and so you would actually see a lot of the cattle farming, ranch, and as well as petroleum, which are the driving industry for the last several decades, and which also made Calgary a very rich town because of such resources. British Columbia, however, traditionally has been a very big either mining town or the biggest producing province of the logs. And so traditionally, as you can see from what I'm filming with the landscape in here, there's certainly a lot to do with the logging, and of course, you know, anything that's related to that, whether it's furniture making, carpentry, you know, sculpturing, etc. So that tells you a lot how people are living by just between the differences of the cities and the provinces you live in. Wonderful. So if you want to learn more or have more questions, I welcome you to join my classes on Thursdays and Fridays from 12 to 1:30. So, in case you're wondering what was all that trouble, we have just driven for about 2 hours on that dirt road, which is the back way of Kimberley, British Columbia, to this place that is, you know, kind of a temporary, it's a campground, very few spots, very private, but also has picnic tables. And so we're taking just a tiny break because we will be heading to this place called Grey Creek Pass. And so, as you're seeing here, it is very quiet. And again, the landscape here, especially the trees, has already changed compared to the drive we were doing earlier. It was quite dry, plus the trees were not as dense as the ones up here. Now, as we are taking a little lunch break, just wanted to show you what is that we do for lunch. Now, obviously, each family or each people, when they camp, they have different choices. However, for us, we have a very, very simple approach to that. All we had was this one, which is actually a container where you can pour about 2 cups of water in here. And here is the fuel that we use. And so what we tend to do is, because this is usually our only cooking gadget per se, we would just boil the water, and then we would actually go buy these kind of pouches. Not so sure if in Taiwan, for people who are camping, you have these kind of choices, but these kind of pouches are pretty useful, especially if you go, well, if you go into the mountains, you know, and for a lot of the professional or real serious mountaineers, they would pack this because it's very light. But when it comes to mealtime, you would just put the hot cup, the water. Freeze dried. Yep, there we go. So Tom, my husband, just updated me. Freeze dried, so it's very lightweight. But when you're ready for the meal, you would just put in the necessary cups of water and have it sit, and then it would actually make it into a pretty hefty meal. Now here it says clearly how many calories, how many grams of protein, because when you're doing a lot of the mountain climbing, you would certainly need those kind of energy, and so it is very helpful for one to determine the amount of nutrition one will need when they're going on a hike. All right, so stay tuned for more later. Bye.